Empire
City Transmission.
All right, everybody, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of Empire City Transmissions. It's me, your host, Liam, SL25524 of the Empire City Garrison, and today I'm here with a very multi-talented man. He is part of two costume groups that I'm aware of, maybe more, I don't know. He loves causing chaos, has a lot of energy, and is great at building props. If you can't tell, he is on my right. He's also a Jawa. Joe, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I am. My name is Joe. Also, I can talk like this. This is Jawa voice. I am Chaos Jawa. I belong to 501st. I run around and I make crazy things. Hi, no, my name is Joe. I'm a member of the 501st Legion. I am also the current local director for Saber Guild Endor Temple, which is another one of the charity organizations that specialize in lightsaber combat. Between me and you, this is one of the things I do enjoy.
Yeah.
Almost every event that I'm the Jawa. I'm always running around. I put these stupid voice on. At first, I wanted to have a translator droid, and I was going to talk I was have the buttons for regular Jawa, but then I'll have the push to talk mic and have the droid translate. But one event I just slipped into talking like this. I think it was we did a wedding. We did this wedding event where they wanted a bunch of troopers, but I believe it was the same day last year as the Yankee event. So we had limited coverage. So it was myself and two others, and I was a Jawa and I just ran around. I led the bridal party out, so there's a video of that. You probably see me running around. I had little grabby claws. I had a bunch of my props with me. That was a blast. And I think ever since then, I just started talking that high pitch, annoying mix between minions and English and
English.
it's just it either annoys people to no end or people love it. And
I think it's funny.
But again, the one thing I do love is when I'm done with the event and I go with my street clothes, I walk out. I've had at the wedding, they were like, didn't know who I was afterwards. They were looking for the Jawa, and I'm like, I don't know who it is. And we did a Lego event where I was just harassing all of them, like all the employees, just with Lego, saying how there was no Jawa representation in any of the figures. And when we're all walking out, they were looking for the Jawa. They'll go, "Oh, who played Jawa?" And I'm like, "I have no idea what you're talking about, dude." Until I got to the door.
I think he went that way.
Yeah, exactly. At the very end, I'm like, "Houdini!" And they were like, "I didn't believe it was some crazy gray-haired dude who was playing that." So
they didn't think anyone your age could have that much energy. They were impressed.
Listen, like I say, I feel like this is cheating for me because I've been doing this. Like I say, my other hobby is I do medieval reenactment. I was always surrounded by a bunch of very talented friends. My friends were dancers, musicians, brewers, artists. So when we would go to a party at one of our big events called Penzik, we would go and we would take over parties. My friends were dancers; they would dance. My friend had played the hammer dulcimer. I had no skill. I just stood at the door, and I was a barker, and I brought people into the party, and that just,
translated.
it was what I'm doing. So this, at events where I'm interacting with kids or bringing people over for Blaster Trooper or for PTIs or just to come hang out, it's just the same thing. I'm just wearing a different outfit.
That's cool that it keeps translating. I mean,
again, I feel like I say, a lot of the people, especially in Saber Guild, they come to me and they go, "I don't know how you can stay in character for like the 2 hours or 3 hours doing an event." I'm like, it's nothing. We're doing it for days on end. I used to go to. It's funny because from 18 to, we'll say, 18 to about 40, I was doing medieval stuff, and then from 40 to now, it's complete opposite. I'm doing futuristic stuff, galaxy far, far away.
It's literally the progression of humanity.
Yeah.
Medieval to future.
I like immersive stuff, especially at the table, which, believe it or not, I have that whole idea from my medieval days when we would do this big event called Penzik. It was a 2 week battle, and I was young, partying and drinking and all sorts of fun stuff when I was younger. But we would build a medieval encampment. Everything, we called it, the term was period. Everything was period.
Yeah.
If you decide to come and go, oh Joe, I have a regular Coleman tent, we put you in the back in the trees under the shade. But when you walk in, everything was pre 1500s. And there were no bottles. All of our coolers were buried and covered in tarps. Everyone had drinking vessels. And it was all now. Now I do this. I sat at the table when I first started, and I'm like, I hate that card display. I go, I want people to walk up, and I want them to go, we're in Star Wars. We're in Star Wars land, whatever world it is. And slowly but surely, I was just a rank and file member. I just started slowly making things for the table. And now that I'm in leadership, I just took over, and everything is, the only bad thing is that, when we go to any event, I'm bringing 4 crates of stuff with me wherever I go. But
Have you probably found Saber Guild first, I imagine,
yes.
because you joined them first. What led you eventually to joining the 501st, and why did you pick a Jawa?
All right. This by far is one of my favorite stories. So I was like, I think I'm in a minority. I am actually building a TK kit. And I think I said this before. Stormtroopers, original trilogy Stormtroopers are the most iconic characters to see. Even more than Darth Vader, I'm going to say. There's nothing looks better than you get a bunch of troopers just marching in unison or going somewhere. I think that to me looks amazing. So I was like, oh, I should be a trooper. I should be a trooper. And then I'm like, I'm really animated. I like running around and doing my things. I go, I would be a terrible trooper. So I always love to help out the sister groups. And last year, Justin invited me and my wife to go, can you're more than welcome to come to the trooper the end of the year party. So we went. And I go there, and there was a coin. There I was, sitting with my wife. I talk about, and I always said a Jawa. I'm like, yeah, I should be a Jawa, but I'm too tall. I'm like, I'm too tall to be a Jawa, I'm too tall to be a Jawa. And everyone's using that, oh, there's a 6-foot Jawa. I'm like, again, I said about being very purist. I go, Jawa should be, and I talked to, and I asked, I go, can I sit on my knees? Can I walk on my knees like, like, no, you can't do that. I'm like, well, can I sit inside a droid? They're like, no. I go, I was at the point where I was gonna even build a little table, and it looked like, like where my knees were, and I'd walk around this little stall. And no, Joe, you can't do that. You're not allowed. So I'm like, yeah, I can't be a Jawa. So then I see a coin. Not kidding, dude. This coin right here.
Started
It
it all.
is. It is.
I
This
like
coin.
that.
Well, the coin says, this is someone's personal coin. It says, don't be part of the problem, be the whole
Be
problem.
the whole problem.
And I traded for this.
Mm-hmm.
I go, it says Agent of Chaos. And I go, you know what? And I talked to him. This is a gentleman up in Connecticut, I believe. And he goes, do it. He goes, and I go, I'm doing it. That night, got home, went on Etsy, ordered I actually reached out to Mother Jawas because that was someone said. She's like, oh no, I'm too backed up. I went right to Etsy. I found 501st approvable kit. I threw money at it. Got a kit like in, I think, like less than a month. Went through the whole process, and bam, became a Jawa.
That's how it goes. You
And
got to impulse buy before like the rational side of your brain catches up.
but and if you notice, I doubt you do this. In any pictures you see of me, I'm always squatting. I
Oh yeah.
always squat down because it's just still part of me. It's, I have to be,
I've
I want to be in character at the time. Like even if we do a group photo, I try to get on my knees in the front so I look smaller.
I've never noticed, but now that you mention it, whenever I see you in your Jawa costume, you usually seem shorter than you actually are.
I get hunched over and I go, what do you mean? And
Yeah.
with the selfie stick, with the droid selfie stick I have, I try to do like the whole, Instagram thing where it looks like I'm
Yeah.
shorter. Yeah, that was another thing I love. Again, because yes, I think cameras, everyone loves taking pictures. I do think cameras break the immersion. So one of my main things was making stuff to conceal the phone. And for the Jawa, I still think the best thing is I printed a Pitroid and I took his arm and I painted it and I put a little mag thing on it, and I walk around with a selfie stick. And you can't tell. I have various other greebles that go on it. I got to paint this one, and I try to get a case that looks very,
Very
in
Star Warsy.
universe. So,
Yeah.
because again, you could have the kids going, "That's a phone." I'm like, no, that is hold on, just
And that's
cut this
Darth
part out.
Vader. You don't want him to come over here.
Yeah, 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 exactly.
It's great.
So
We'll
yeah,
speak.
no, it's I like to do things because one of my biggest things, especially when you're in Saber Guild, the kids like, "Oh, that thing I bought too. I got a lightsaber too." So one of my things is I have certain sabers which are very fancy that I can take apart and show the kids. So what I normally do, and what I like to do as my Jawa as well, I take props out to keep kids immersed in it. And one of them is like our lightsabers or blasters I take out. Um, like I say, when prop time, oh, this is from Batu. And you go, oh no, here it is, here's this. And it opens up all metal, and comes out in pieces, and the saber lights up. I took all my batteries out of them. And when I open them up, they all look not your garden variety,
Yeah.
like not your garden variety
Ooh.
saber you would buy at you get anywhere. These are very well made, um, fun props.
Last kind of topic I want to talk about. I saw your background, and we talked a little bit about props already, and the pit droid hand and your phone case, and I've seen the Saber Guild booth. How did you get into the prop making? What did you use? How did you start? I don't know. Like, there's so
Well,
much
how
there.
it all when I first started, there's one thing I hate, and we also have one, and I promised Justin I'm making one. It is 80% done. Hopefully, I have it ready for CP Nassau. Is the card case. The first card case I made it out of wood. I believe I donated to Rebel Legion. It's a nice prop, but I wanted things to look like that they're in universe, because that also just breaks the illusion. You're seeing Darth Vader come up, and then you see a plastic little case that has our trading cards in. No, I wanted to look like it was, it's like a beat up case, and there's a screen on it, it has lights and displays. Um, I the bunker boxes are what I did for the trading cards are. I think I've finally settled on that. That's like for the past 2 years. The first thing I saw in Saber Guild is that cheesy plastic case, and I hate that has our cards, and I hated it. I hated it, and I made like 2 or 3 revisions of the trading card case until the one we use now. I love. It's by far the best thing I made.
It looks
Um,
really good.
thank you, thank you. The hardest thing is, I'll be 100% honest with you. Imperial stuff is hard to make because I am not great with props. I am an average prop builder. I know
Oh,
everyone's like, "Oh, Joe, you got," but when I mess up, oh, you can make it dirty. You can weather it. Most Rebel stuff, most Jawa stuff, most anyone else is it's dirty. You see most Isleys, it's dirty. The Millennium Falcon's dirty. Come on,
That's true.
Star Destroyer. Come on, you can see your face on the floor. Everything is nice and shiny. So I'm scared when I'm building my Imperial props that when I mess up, it's going to take away from the illusion. But I think I'm gonna overcome that because this one is neat, but it's not as neat because it's gonna be used. There's no way for me to polish paint when I'm done with it. But and hopefully you guys see it by I would say CP NASA is the next event, a big one. I'm gonna have it for that. I didn't want to just copy my what I did for Saber Guild. I wanted to be more for the Imperials. If you have a code cylinder, there's a spot for it. You could put it in there. It's going to do something. And it's not. I wanted it to be a little more, interactive when it comes to QRC codes and NFID stickers. So instead of, oh, what charity are you doing? Oh, put your phone up to it, sends us to wherever you want to go. I do that on some of the Saber Go props now that you can program little NFID stickers or the QRC codes I had hidden that if you wanted to learn more about us.
I had no clue. That's
Oh
awesome.
yeah, thanks. Listen. Next time I see you, I'll give you. You can write them on your phone, and they're tiny little. They're tiny little stickers. Can't
Oh,
even see them.
cool.
I can program it with my phone. I can have it go to an Instagram account. I can have it go to basically anywhere. Some of the more sophisticated ones could actually store a little bit of data, like a text file or something like that, to involve you more. It's actually part of my dream project for next year's the anniversary of Star Wars
Yes.
at Cradle of Aviation. A child will have a give a donation, parent will give a donation, and we send them on a quest. I want to involve all of the costuming groups, and they get a piece of a lightsaber. And at the very end,
Oh,
they assemble the lightsaber and they're on the way. But I was going to hide a bunch of these in places so the kids go by. I stole the idea from a thing I did with my son when we were at Magic Kingdom, where if you go to the firehouse, you go on Merlin's quest. And believe it or not, Google it. It's amazing. You would
I
go,
was.
all this
It
stuff is
sounds very
hidden through
Disney. I was thinking.
the Disney one is hidden throughout the entire Magic Kingdom. There'll be a symbol, and you would take your phone and you scan it, and it was like a little battle you always win. But these things were hidden. Like, do you remember when buying cells in artwork were a big thing? Like animation cells?
I don't think
I
so.
probably
How
before
many
your
years
time, like
ago?
back in the. But again, my son's 18 now. We did this about 10 years ago, so the technology is so infinitely easier. But the quest led us into the place you would buy artwork, and then you just saw it was like a little symbol, and when you scanned it, one of the paintings that you thought you could buy completely changed to like a digital screen where my kid battled and won. So
Nice.
I
Okay.
want to do something like that. That is my dream prop because I would have to get I have to get everyone else involved. And that is my one weakness. I never want to go to someone and say, hey, I know you're at this event having fun, but I need you to stand over here. And when kids come up to you, you're going to be here for 4 hours and they're going to ask you a question and then you're going to give them
Yeah.
a part of a lightsaber. I
You
don't
gotta
want to,
you gotta have
yeah.
them wear a hat with like an exclamation point over the head so people know that they're there for the quest.
I, well, again, the quest was going to bring it like, trying to sneak something past because again, I never wanted to invalidate something. I don't want to make any one group a joke. So one of them was like, all right, well, how am I get the 501st involved? I go, you have to sneak past and you have to get something from the 501st table and sneak past and give it to like some rebel. So it's like that. I would talk to people like who are interested in getting involved to help out with that, and the kid would but the kid would do something with that. Like the mercs are easy to do and everyone else's, but I don't want the 501st to be some comic relief. I want them to be serious. So I'm looking at still messing with stuff.
We're very serious. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, hold on. That's what I said because like I said, I'm doing a TK outfit, and
Yes.
and I did have a concern about, I'm okay. I want to be TK. What to do as a TK, and then I go, you know what? I'm gonna be the best TK. I'm just gonna find whoever's an officer, whoever's is in an officer outfit. I'm their guy all day. I'll just follow them around, do
Okay.
whatever they want.
The shadow.
That's what Stormtrooper does. So, I'm looking forward to it. It's a slow process, because when I'm not, it's not that my weekends are empty, but with all the events we do, but I'm hopefully next, by the end of the year I'll have it all completed. We got an armor party I think this weekend.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Empire City Transmissions. We appreciate it, and we would even appreciate it more if you hit the subscribe button and checked out our other socials as well, like TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Yeah, thank you. And in the description. That is all for today, though. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Houdini!
Houdini! Trooper, wait right there. This is Captain Rex with an urgent announcement. I need you to subscribe to the Empire City Garrison and turn on notifications so you don't miss future Empire City Transmissions episodes. We're trying to cut down the length to make them more engaging, so share them with your friends. And if you want to join the 501st, visit our website or DM us on Facebook or Instagram, where we post all kinds of Star Wars related things. Captain Rex out.